Do you know Jollibee started off in 1978 in Philippines, and currently they are in North America, Europe, UAE with 16 locations, and absolutely rapiding in terms of the quick service and affordable price menu. In that segment, they've created one of the most greatest conglomerate of food and beverage industry. They started off selling as an ice cream parlor, but later, when they understood in terms of the quick service restaurants, they matched the American fast food with the Filipino joint. Now, that's the beautiful about the business about Jollibee. Now, why are we talking about it? Let's dive in today's session. It's all about quick service and affordable price menu. Can India or can Bangalore or can anybody in India can create a food brand related to food and beverage in relates with Jollibee? The question is, can we do it? Absolutely, the answer is yes, and that's when you're going to look at it. Why is it that many people have not created Jollibee in India? I've also mentioned in my earlier vlogs that in UAE, while I was there, I already saw one brand called Southern Fried Chicken, SFC, what we call it as. And it was a kind of a parody wherein the manager stepped out and he had a brawl, and then he had opened right next to wherever the KFC in Bangalore is all about, in Dubai is all about, right? So similar aspects in terms of creating a Jollibee and in creating an Indian brand is all about just leveraging quick service and affordable price menu is the talk of the town. We're going to look at it quickly in terms of 5 points and explain that to you. How can we do this and get it rolling? That's more important, and get funding, and more of all, to create a brand. To create a brand which can go pan India, can go global, probably can actually look at customizing in terms of the American or European fast food with an Indian cuisine, but not to ask about it, right? In India itself, as I said, diverse in terms of food is concerned, so we can actually go ahead and create any kind of value chain predominantly required in terms of the food chain is concerned. To create a brand on the fast food quick service, there are plethora of menu that you can work around, the plethora of food style, there are plethoras of cuisine that you can work around. Being a Bangalorean, I've been blessed to have Tamil Nadu, Dindigul, Salem cuisine, Coimbatore. You have Kerala, the entire Telangana, Kurnool, Maharashtra, Goan, the coastal belt of Bangalore, Udupi. Many joints serve fast food. They have many snacks, many breakfast. So absolutely endless kind of menu can be created. Just that many people have not done it. Why not? Let's quick look at it, how this can value add in terms of quick service and giving you affordable pricing menu is the way to build a fantastic brand on your food chain. Let's dive in. The first thing that you have to look at it in a quick service and affordable price menu, as the thing says, quick service. It has to be very speedy service. The primary emphasis is on serving customers quickly. Whatever food that you do, it has to get dished out less than 5 minutes. It's a breather. Yes, you have to dish out your food within less than 5 minutes. It's going to be the priority of speedy services. This may involving streamlining your order processes by using your probably down the road, probably just like a drive-in cafe. You take the order within 5 minutes, you come into the window and you pick up your food, and making sure that you have an efficient kitchen operations. Everything is streamlined. If you look at McDonald's, the way they worked out, you would clearly identify where the meat comes in, where the patty is being thawed or sauteed, and then the breads or is being prepared with immediate one sauce, probably mustard down there with 2 pickles, no onions, just patty, just dish out, quickly wrap it up. So you have to understand what a speedy service is, provided you have a great ordering system, a great POS, point of sale system, a great technology driven, basically you should have a tech savvy driven system, and efficient kitchen operations in terms of sizes, in terms of processes laid, in terms of your inventory is concerned. Everything has to be dished out. It has to be fried, or it has to be Indian made, cooked, dum, whatever is required. All the food techniques has to be underlined under the kitchen processes, and also minimum wait time for the food. As I said, you have to dish out within 5 minutes. That's going to look at in speedy services. How do you do this in Indian segment? It's very clear. You have to identify very short 5 menus. That's more or less. Today, let's look at idli dosa, which predominantly sells everywhere. Can we create a brand? Yes, the Rameshwaram Cafe is doing it. MTR is doing it. Certain Bangalore-based, certain Chennai-based brands are actually coming forward. They're laying hands in all over this place. So they're looking at IDC, the idli dosa curry system. So you're going to have plethora of brands coming in this segment. But how can you be differentiate is basically zero down to 5 menus. If you do not zero down on 5 menus, please don't even look at it in terms of affordable food chain or a brand building exercise to this particular segment, because the lesser the menu you have, lesser the problem. The kitchen is optimized absolutely to the space constraint, use of technology. Only then you can go ahead and have a fantastic minimum wait time of food can be dispatched or given out or dished out as soon as possible. The second thing is that affordable pricing. Since we're talking about fine menus, you have to understand your inventory cost systems, making sure that you have your yielding process right. So which means that again, to the duty of God, that you have to get back to the research and development, your homework, get your lab certified, and make sure that you work and churn all your best for 6 months. I would not say for a year or so, but 6 months is a pretty good time to go ahead and evolve your 5 menu items and create that affordable pricing in and around that part. The main thing is that menu items are priced at a level that is accessible to a broad range of customers. So your market value has to be, your target audience has to be for everyone. You should be able to afford it in terms of pricing, in terms of portion size, in terms of look, packaging, whatever is concerned, it has to be affordable. This doesn't necessarily mean the lower the prices, but it generally actually improvises. If you literally, even if it is 5 rupees down or 2 rupees, just look at it, look at Arogya, look at a Rameshwaram cafe. They've actually gone ahead in terms of the portion cost, and then they cost it like that. For example, if you go to any normal local joint, you would get 4 idlis for 40 rupees, which means that 10 rupees per idli. Here, people have actually given you 15 to 17 rupees per idli, but they think it's cheaper. That's a value chain that you have to create. Work on your portion size and accordingly price and attract a lot of broad range of customers, and that's when you can go ahead and give you affordable pricing, which also implies that you have to be highly competitive and making sure that you give quality and hygiene. This is the secrets mantra that you have to follow. Now you may ask me that how can I do this better? Like look at Rameshwaram cafe, right? So what they've done is they're accustomed to the point that they would actually serve ghee in all the so-called clarified butter in all the menu items, be it idli, be it dosa. They've innovated menu based on that aspect. It is not the idli which is selling, it is the amount of ghee dollop, the yellow color which sells out from Nandini ghee is what it actually dishes out more evenly. And people have forgotten that in those days, I'm just giving you an idea of perspective of being a Bangalorean. There were no idli which is serving with butter, ghee. Yes, on an occasion you could ask for it, but then now it's become a norm that you have to give ghee along with idli, dosa, whatever you serve. You make upma out of bisi belabad out of ghee. So that's the thing that you have to do. So making sure that you doesn't necessarily mean that you have to lower your pricing, but yes, highly competitive, but it makes sure that it's absolutely qualitative and hygiene type of food can actually give you a wonderful pricing, and making sure that it attracts a lot of customers in the various segments. That becomes your primary segment. The third important point that we spoke earlier, it's about having limited menu, or probably 5 menu to ensure quick service and efficient operations. Quick serving the food becomes the ultimatum priority, making sure that you have your kitchen operation set right, you've already pre-cooked your meal, you just need to heat it up and then dish it out. It's going to be amazing setup. So coin and invent your food based on this limited menu, and this can actually help a faster preparation so that you do not incur cost on your labor, on your equipments, even if you're using oven. I mentioned in my earlier vlogs as well how important is your rational oven. Rational oven actually can eliminate many of the cooking ranges, your gas stoves, your everything else. It's just that your electricity cost can actually also be managed, because if you've set your menu right and your menu engineering right, you'll know exactly how much to cook time, what's your process time, what kind of inventory that you've used, what's the fermentation process. Everything is process driven. Whether the chef is going out and coming in, it doesn't matter. You can work around with your own small petty CDP level, or even below that. You can get trained and always you can go ahead. So that becomes a fantastic process to get your kitchen optimized, making sure that you dish out your food better, your quality, your hygiene level, everything in increase, and it also showcases in your food as well. So in the overall context, the food becomes the ultimatum and becomes qualitative food. And this is the best part, is that giving a limited menu, because your focus is only going to be on 5 limited menus. If you may ask me, what's out 5 limited menus? You have to personally email me at rbsnllc@gmail.com. Alright. The second thing is that about the self-service, or not the second thing, I would say the fourth most important point is the self-service or the counter service. Now today in a cloud kitchen, you might have a dark store kitchen, you might not have a dine-in, but if you wanted to leverage the hub and spoke model, what I spoke about earlier, just to give you an idea what is hub and spoke, you have a centralized kitchen in and around the hub and kitchen where your spoke models, wherein you just go ahead and deliver your food and then go ahead and you can control it through inventory in terms of sales trends, in terms of what exactly is being eaten at what time. All this can be driven through an order management system, basically a POS, a software technology as a platform can help you to understand and to drive down to basically to know where are your sales heading, at what time is it, at which day is it, on the peak time, is it on the non-peak time, a lunch or a dinner or a snacks. You'll be able to draw the conclusion saying how well is your sales. Similarly, if it is dine-in, if you can also leverage dine-in, people who's coming in, walk-in customers can actually place their orders, that will increase your sales. How well is your customer service, how well is your packaging. Now these are the points that you have to concentrate and train your staff accordingly, because make sure that not even one customer comes out and lives without less than 100 rupees or 200 rupees worth of billing, because that should be a priority. That if you do an average value order of minimum 200 rupees, even if you get 100 customers, it's a 20,000 rupees worth of sales that you have clocked within the breakfast item, or even for the whole day. That's how you kickstart. Wait for 6 months, you will analyze that what kind of trend that you will see, when is your timeline, when is your peak time, what sells more. You can actually revolve and evolve your menu items. All these things can be placed under a scanner, and then go back to your working table, redo the menu item and come back and keep it as short as possible. Now that's a customer service that you'll always look at in the future, because this is going to be the trend that you're going to continue to earn money and be profitable. In this case, you'll understand that you will be able to cover your food cost, and also making sure that what your food wastage is all about, and how much is your labor cost, how much is your infrastructure cost. End of the day, you will exactly know what your P&L is all about, because you're just working around with limited menu, a great customer service and affordable pricing, a wonderful segment of the taste factor, the quality, the hygiene, and the kitchen process level can actually help you to go ahead and get you the sales up and rolling after probably 3 months or maximum 6 months from time onwards. Now that's about the self-service and the counter service, because today self-service is what sells in Rameshwaram Cafe. You just come and order, stand in the queue, the food is ready, it's been dished out. Now that's why they're able to cater to more than 5 crores worth of sales per month. That's an amazing system. And the amount is about the infrastructure. I would not concentrate this point about the infrastructure and the atmosphere being casual. End of the day, you're coming to restaurants or dine-in restaurants. Yes, you might have some color, you might have some mascot like McDonald's, you might have some kind of goodies given away like McDonald's initially. So the end of the day, it's about pleasant environment is what actually will attract you. Look at the food colors, red, orange, yellow, and sometimes green. Matter of fact, you would end up identifying how easy it is to come in, to walk in, to dine, the order, and then pick up your food and then leave. Now this exactly has to matter, provided if you're looking at a dine-in facility, and then based on that you revolve your entire food chain, which includes your infrastructure, your theme, your packaging, your look and feel of your food as well. Everything matters a lot when you have a casual atmosphere, because you're making it very easy for a customer to come in and order, not making complicated. So one of the greatest things is that make it as casual, make it as easy as to look around, to feel and touch your product about your food. Alright, the next important point is that I would obviously keep it very simple and very clear, which many people in India don't do this, is about consistency. If you had to do a very great food and dish out faster, make sure that quick service mode and a speedy service comes into picture, you have to have consistency. Now based on this 5 menu or a short menu that you create, make sure that you have again and again and homework done again and again. Make sure that you perfect your recipe engineering, perfect the amount of time that you use, and perfect in terms of your equipment is concerned. You might have clear examples of KFC, McDonald's, how they leverage food equipments as dear as the food and the customers, right? This is what prepares your food, this is what dishes out your food well, and this is how it makes the temperature very well. So standardization and consistency is going to be the greatest key success for a quick service and affordable the QSR brand, I would say so. Beg your pardon. Now you can also do multiple locations with this. So basically consistency is the greatest asset of standardization of Indian food segment. You might say it's complicated, but it's absolutely easy because today we have many food technologies have come leap through in Indian segments, in whatever segment, whatever cuisine is concerned. The hardest cuisine is for me is the Kashmiri cuisine because sometimes it takes 8 to 9 hours. There are village cuisines like Kurgis, Mangalorean. There are dishes takes minimum 12 hours. It takes sometimes overnight. For example, if you're doing a jerk chicken or a barbecue chicken, if you want 3 days of marination, so there are various possibilities that can be done until you achieve a consistency. These are the 5 points or the 6 great points that you have to know to make sure that how well you can go ahead and start a quick service restaurant which is affordable, which is speedy in service, not to compromise on your quality and your hygiene. Keep it very sturdy, keep it very clean, keep it very neat, keep it very casual is the key word out here. And I respect that people who understand wants to build a brand. These are the main points. And above all, get back to research your lab authorities. Make sure that your food is being researched very well, and then get into the market. I'm sure you're going to reach out to the largest segment of audience in India, having a 1.2 billion population. Even if you get to the 10% of it, 1.2 million people of it, it's going to be the greatest value chain that I can ever spoken about the food brand is concerned. Okay, so I'll wrap it up. That's a wrap out here, and I'll leave it up to that. Making sure that if you have any more questions, just drop down in your comment section. I'll really appreciate it. Have a look at it. And this is Paul signing off. Thanks for sticking by. And if you made it this deep end, just a request to go ahead and hit that like and follow and hit that bell notification to keep me see you in the video as well as in the live. And do watch my shorts because it gives you immense clarity in terms of to go ahead and launch QSR brand in Bangalore. With that in mind, thanks for looking by, thanks for staying by, thanks for listening. This is Paul signing off. Take care, cheers, and bye-bye.